I've always been a huge fan of Pokemon. I'm not saying I would like to backshot Pokemon, I would just saying that I would like to backshot Lucario. It's one of the games I constantly played growing up, and I still play the games and buy a lot of the plushies of it for. The most recent generation, that being Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, came out on the Nintendo Switch, and it was known for its frame drop. However, with the release of the Nintendo Switch 2, I wanted to return back to it and fully enjoy what the game had to offer. Now, I didn't want to just do a normal playthrough of the game, and instead opted for a Nuzlocke challenge. For those who don't know, a Nuzlocke only permits you to catch one Pokemon per route. You have to nickname all your Pokemon, and if a Pokemon ever dies in battle, then they are permanently dead, and you can no longer be used in the run. Which, in this case, if you ever black out in the game, your run is over, and you must restart. All Pokemon were named after my followers on Twitch, who were watching at the time, causing deaths to feel even more impactful. If you want to join in on other stream ideas I have, or just watch me live, which I most likely am right now, make sure to check me out on Twitch at husky_pixel. So with all things said and done, this is my Nuzlocke run of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. At the start of our adventure, we were allowed to choose from one of the 3 starter Pokemon, Sprigatito, Quaxly, and Fuecoco. Chat ended up on deciding on Fuecoco, our official starter Pokemon for the run with the name of Sean Turtle. After a quick battle with our rival Nemona where we spammed the Fire-type move, we head off onto the first route, but quickly realize that things aren't as they seem to be. Was the sky always that dark? Was it always this weirdly gray? You see, for some reason, the colors in my game were off, making the sky a weirdly gray color. Not only that, but Pokemon colors were slightly off and characters' eyes were darkened like they were either in their goth phase or in a found in a garage sale creepypasta story. Putting that aside, Nemona teaches us how to catch Pokemon, and we come across the first problem in our run. What is considered as the first random encounter in a route? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet treats encounters differently from the rest of the main series games, trying to opt for a more open world feel. There's no wild grass random encounters, and instead Pokemon are everywhere on the overworld. Another issue was that there are very few routes or areas in this game. The game has only 30 different areas in which we can catch Pokemon. However, since our run only consisted of the Victory Road path, we would not be able to reach post-game areas, nor areas requiring advancements in other routes. This challenger run would have to be done with very few Pokemon we're able to actually catch. To solve this problem, I used sites that randomize an encounter for you to pick up, so that we didn't spend a long time trying to figure out what Pokemon was allowed for us to catch. So on our first route, Poco Path, we caught a Hoppip that we named Parolo, a great addition to the team to help counter the weaknesses our starter Sean Turtle had. Continuing, we fall off a cliff, travel through Inlet Grotto with the game's legendary Pokemon Miraidon after feeding it a sandwich, and catch a Yungoos appropriately named Chomps. We run into Arvin in his Edgelord era, beat up his Squirrel, see some sights, and catch a Lechonk named Anomaly. However, on the way to the next town, I was surprised by a rival battle with Nemona. I haven't played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in years, and was underestimating the difficulty of the game as we had smooth sailing so far. That was until Nemona brought her stun gun known as Terra Electric Palmy, which killed Parolo the Hoppip, a sacrifice needed to finish off the fight that almost killed our starter Pokemon. I was unprepared, playing too carelessly and greedy, not considering that I was playing with the lives of my followers, the people who trusted me to take them to the end of this adventure. Questioning the morality of sacrificing their lives to keep trekking on the expedition, we finally make it to Mesagoza, where we spend a whole hour spamming the Ava and getting through dialogue. Officially starting the Victory Road path, we head to South Province Area 2, catching a female Combi we named Colaris, a capture I'm pretty excited for as Vespiquen could be a huge early mid-game physical attacker and tank, even though it has pretty bad typing. Things were looking up. We were on pace to fight the first gym leader in Cortando, and our team was slowly yet surely starting to build up. However, I wasn't paying attention when fighting trainers and ran into Angel the Courier and his Psyduck. Unbeknownst to me, Black Text box trainers were generally stronger battles on routes due to the levels, strategies, or held items. In the back of my party for now. There's no freaking way it crit water pulse dust. Anomaly's dead. This is so bad. He's level 14! What do we do here? I was mid-sip of my boba milk tea when the Psyduck destroys my entire team with nothing I can really do to take it down, immediately ending my Nuzlocke run before we could just even accomplish anything in it. With our hopes crushed, I decided to postpone the Nuzlocke for the next day I went live. This moment showed me that if I really wanted to have any chance in completing this challenge, I would have to lock in and see the challenge for what it really was, instead of playing with my carelessness and greed. So with that being said, I deleted my save file and started the game anew, now with the added bonus of the colors being fixed. This time, chat agreed on Sprigatito as our starter, who was then named Raycat. Our adventure went the same as previously, except with some new faces, and some previously named followers reincarnated as new Pokemon. We catch Anomaly the Lechonk again on Poco Path, Duckling the Houndour in Inlet Grotto, Chomps the Weasel in South Province Area 1, and Gaosora the Pikachu as our encounter for South Province Area 2. Once again, we faced Angel the Courier with his dreaded Psyduck, but I came prepared this time. To avenge our failed run, Raycat sweeps his team, earning his right to evolve into a Florigato. You see, this run, I wasn't playing around or taking any chances this time. I'm properly leveling my Pokemon, playing safe to avoid surprise crits, and checking upcoming battles along with the move pool to strategize and come up with plans. After taking our vengeance, we finally make it to Cortondo, and roll an Olive around before we can challenge the gym leader Katie. However, this gym is a breeze, as Katie really can't do anything to stop our Terra-Fire Duckling from spamming the Fire-type move. And with that, we completed the first road mark of the Nuzlocke challenge with all our Pokemon alive. With the first gym completed, our new destination was Artazone to challenge the second gym leader. Since we are not doing any of the other routes, the game feels like a constant boss rush, traveling from gym to gym with few interruptions in the way. Along the route to Artazone, we catch Bakumoon the Charcadet in South Province Area 3, who has the potential to become a physical sweeper in mid to late game. We also take a slight detour to catch Nightcrawler the Corvisquire in South Province Area 5, swapping them into the team while we box Anomaly. We run into Severino the Office Worker, another black text box trainer that stockpiles defense boosts onto his Jigglypuff. To counteract this, I inflict paralysis with Gaosora, planning to swap into Duckling to use Smog as it's super effective against fairy types. Oh, that was a crit. Nice. Hacks. Perla. No! No! I'm able to clean up the fight with Gaosora, but this is the first death of the run, and a big one too, as Duckling not only was the star of the previous gym, but was supposed to carry us through to the second gym as well. Despite the loss, we make it to Artazone, exploring what the town has to offer as we look for the hidden Sunfloras before we can challenge the gym leader Brassius. Brassius is the grass-type gym leader that is notorious for ending Nuzlocke runs due to his Terra Grass Pseudo-Wudo. It's defensively bulky and a hard hitter along with Rock Throw in its arsenal to counter any bad matchups due to its grass typing. With the loss of Duckling, we no longer had any stable fire type to breeze through the gym, as Bakumoon is in no shape to be in battle until he evolves. And so, I employ a new strategy. I start out the battle with Gaosora using Nuzzle, paralyzing his Petlil. From here on out, Raycat steps onto the stage as the star of the show. With Raycat's grass typing, he would be resistant to all of Brassius' Pokemon, and Sleep Powder. However, we also had no way to do super effective damage. This was accounted for as I had taught Aerial Ace, a flying type move, to Raycat before the battle. With preparations out of the way, I stack Home Claws on Raycat, boosting his attack to then sweep Brassius' team with Aerial Ace, securing the second victory of the run. With our victory in hand, we start heading towards Levincia for the third gym, stopping by East Province Area 1 to catch a Kamala. Make it very, like, defensive and... Whoa! What happened? Why did Rapid Spin do that much damage? I'm gonna maybe sack... Oh my god. Oh my god! What is this? Wait, why is Rapid Spin increasing its speed? Slam, please live. Unfortunately, we have to cut our losses and give up on the encounter, having lost half of our team as we say farewell to Gaosora, Anomaly, and Chomps. This was a huge blow to our run as we had no other routes we could catch new Pokemon at. The level disparity was due to us only focusing on the Victory Road Path, as you're normally expected to participate in Path of Legends and a Team Starbase raid before heading to Levincia. With the path ahead looking grim, I'm forced to head back to South Province Area 3 to grind levels for my Pokemon. While wallowing in doubt from the Kamala incident, the unexpected happened. Streaming luck is crazy. I don't know about luck. I feel like we've had bad luck so far. We've had some blunders, right? Okay, maybe the Kamala fight was a bit of a blunder, right? Wait, is that a shiny? What is that? Is that a shiny? Wait, is that a shiny? Wait, we found a shiny! Wait! Wait, shiny claws, guys! Wait a minute! Shiny Claws allows us to add Pokemon to our team if they're shiny, completely ignoring the one Pokemon per route clause. On catching Seath Panda the shiny Spoink, our morale was boosted, turning the run around as we continued to grind for levels, inching closer and closer to Levincia. Wait, is that a shiny pig? Wait, that's a shiny Anomaly! Wait a minute! Wait, it's a shiny! That's a shiny Lechonk! Wait, he walked up to us! Refusing to die, Anomaly also returns as a shiny Lechonk now, only a few moments after it had previously died to the Komala incident. Our luck helped to bring us out of the terrible situation we were in, allowing us to add 2 new members to the team even though we weren't shiny hunting at all. I honestly believe that without these chance encounters, our run would have ended here. Before entering Levencia, we catch Tauros, an amazing addition to the team as Tauros helps counter normal types, has ground type moves, has the ability to intimidate, and hits like a truck. With the full team, I decided to grind out a few more levels, evolving Anomaly into Oink Alone and trying to do the same with Steve Panda. Faster, but we should be able to win. No! Hey, Pablo, I'm sorry, but you might have died. I'll admit, having Steve Panda die here was just me being greedy, seeing the enemy Pokemon's health being low and yet not recognizing that my own Pokemon was also in danger. I was riding on the high we had from catching the 2 shiny Pokemon and Tauros earlier. This moment snapped me back into reality as I entered Levencia to take on my next 2 roadblocks. Nemona decides to challenge us to a rival battle in which we boost Tauros' attack with Workup before sweeping her team easily. We then get invited to do a collab stream with Iono, the electric type gym leader who we then battle. Anomaly takes the lead to take out Iono's Wattrel to set up Tauros for the rest of the fight. Using the same strategy we used on Nemona, we stack Bulk Up, using Tauros' attack to sweep with Stomping Tantrum, a ground type move. Then came Iono's Miss Magius, that she terastallizes into electric typing. Miss Magius has the ability Levitate, making it essentially have no weaknesses as ground type moves can no longer hit it. Miss Magius boasts a high speed stat, and Confuse Ray could make our attack boost turn against us. Thankfully, despite sounding like a threatening raid boss to our run, Tauros breaks his limits and goes even further beyond, outspeeding and taking it out in 2 hits, taking up any damage thrown our way, earning us our 3rd victory in our run. Our next destination is Cascarafa for the next gym battle, but we decide to take a few detours to help build our team. We catch Colaris the Qfent in East Province Area 3, a helpful addition to the team to cover fairy type Pokemon, along with the steel typing being very resistant. Close to the area, we spend an hour killing Sinistes to evolve Bakumoon into a Cerulege, with him now being able to finally hold his own in battle. Over in Tag Tree Thicket, we catch Kenshin the Bellybolt, another amazing addition to the team. With its defensive and high HP stats, Kenshin was the pivot allowing safe switch-ins or tanking any damage we need while we heal our party. We spend a bit more time in Tag Tree Thicket collecting our bearings and exploring the whole area, purely doing the Victory Road boss rush section. Oh, almost fell into that. Is that a shiny? Or no, that's normally it is, right? Oh, it's a shiny! Wait, what? Our luck strikes again, allowing us to catch Terry, the shiny Dreepy, who unfortunately has to stay in the boxes as he evolves way too late in the game for us to have any use. We then head to South Province Area 4, where, I'll admit, we only went in case we found a shiny Riolu. Here, print out our piano sheet. Oh yeah, sounds good. That's a shiny Swablu. That's not the shiny Pokemon I wanted. That's not the one I wanted. I want shiny Lucario. That's so funny. We're just getting shiny Pokemon left and right. Although we don't get a shiny Riolu, we find that Duckling has reincarnated into his rightful form as a shiny Swablu to help take care of any fighting types. Finally, we make it to Cascarafa and are tasked with delivering a wallet to Kofu, the water-type gym leader. We head over to Porto Marinada and use his money as bidding money for some seaweed before pocketing the rest of the cash for ourselves. Heading back to Cascarafa, we finally take on Kofu, who turns out to be a total pushover that can't do anything about Terra Grass Raycat spamming the grass-type move. And with that, we receive our 4th gym badge. Our next goal is the Medali Gym, and along the way, we catch Rikachi the Gibble in West Province Area 2, a strong member for the team endgame, as Garchomp is another hard hitter with high speed and a defensive typing. We then make it to Medali and spend a bit of time grinding levels to evolve Raycat into Masquerada and Colaris into Copperajah. With our team now ready, we order off the secret menu at a restaurant to then challenge Larry, the normal type gym leader. The battle with Larry is pretty straightforward, in which Tauros spams the fighting type move to take out most of his team. We then swap to Kenshin to take on Larry's Terra Normal Staraptor, as Tauros can be taken out by Staraptor's flying type moves. Kenshin lowers Staraptor's attack with Chilling Water before Volt switching out for Colaris to spam the fighting type move he had taught him before the gym. Our 5th gym victory is short-lived as we then immediately have to battle Nemona. As per usual with all the past Nemona fights, we have Tauros increase his attack with Workup, using it 4 turns in a row as I believe more would be overkill to help sweep her team. Nemona's team goes down easily as planned, and she finally brings out her fully evolved starter Quaquaval that she boosts with Terra Water. Tauros does what he does best and aims to take it down with Zen Headbutt. Kill it! No, it didn't kill. Okay, as long as we live this turn, Shantoros, please live. Aqua Step. It gets faster with Aqua Step too, I think. Please live. No! Shantoros is down! Sadly, we lose Shantoros to the crit, requiring us to finish the fight with Kenshin, living in Aqua Step and retaliating with Discharge. Shantoros was a devastating loss in the run. Having carried us through 2 previous gyms with his sweeping potential, we could have one-shot Quaquaval if I had taken an extra turn to boost his attack with Workup. 4 should be enough to like one-shot everything on her team. If we wanted to overkill it, we could do 5, but... If I didn't let my impatience get to me, he would still be with us. With a sorrowful farewell, we lay Shantoros to rest, and swap Rikachi onto the team to take his place. We then head towards Montenevre, evolving Rikachi into Gabite and Duckling into Altaria along the way. We also catch Darku the Greavard as our encounter for Glaciado Mountain. After partaking in a rap battle, we then challenge Rhyme, the Ghost-type gym leader. It's Bakumun's time to shine, as his speed and high attack stat would allow him to breeze through her Pokemon. That was until I realized Rhyme's gym has the gimmick of double battles, making me swap out Bakumun for Kenshin. Even evolved as Cerulege, Bakumun has still not had any notable use for us in the run. The fight goes swimmingly with Kenshin tanking damage and Raycat using Night Slash on Rhyme's team, earning us our 6th gym badge. Our journey then takes us down south towards Alfredata to directly take on the next gym. Nimona once again challenges us to a battle that we take on with no problem. By stacking Hone Claws on Raycat to boost his attack and accuracy, we then sweep Nimona's team by spamming the grass-type move Flower Trick to guarantee critical hits. We then partake in the worst minigame of Pokemon QuickTime events, before we are allowed to take on Tulip, the Psychic-type gym leader. With Raycat, we use the same exact strategy of boosting attack with Hone Claws before sweeping with Night Slash and Terra Grass Flower Trick, earning us the 7th gym badge. Before heading to the Glaciado gym for the final battle, we take some time to level up our team by farming Blissies who give a lot of EXP. Doing so, we have Rikachi evolve into Garchomp, and Bakumun finally learns his signature move Bitter Blade. With Bakumun finally having a good moveset, we're ready to take on Grusha, the Ice-type gym leader. Baku raises his attack using Sword Dance before spamming Terra Fire Bitter Blade to sweep all of Grusha's Pokemon, finally proving his worth on the team and earning us our 8th and final gym badge. With all 8 gym badges collected, it's time for us to take on the Pokemon League, the best of the best trainers in the Paldea region. The true test of skill that will determine if we are worthy of becoming a Pokemon champion and completing our Nuzlocke run. Except we failed their interview. Luckily, we aced the interview on the 2nd try, and are ready to take on the Elite Four, with our first battle being against Rika, the Ground-type specialist. Raycat takes the lead and easily defeats Rika's Whiscash with Flower Trick before swapping over to Rikachi. Rikachi then bulldozes Rika's Camera with a critical hit to allow Raycat to safely return back and sweep the rest of Rika's team by spamming the Grass-type move. 1 down, 3 more to go. We are then challenged by Poppy, the Steel-type specialist. Kalaris has a showdown with Poppy's own Caparaja, proving that he is the bigger elephant in the room. Raycat makes a short appearance to take out Bronzong with Night Slash before Baku makes a return and sweeps the rest of Poppy's team with Bitter Blade. Up next, Larry reveals that he is also the Flying-type specialist of the Pokemon League. Baku starts off by taking out Larry's Tropius by spamming the Fire-type move. Kenshin then tanks everything that Larry can throw at him. Close Combat from Staraptor, Flamethrower from Altaria, Revelation Dance from Oricorio, and another Close Combat from his Flamingo Ace. Kenshin easily takes all of Larry's Pokemon down with a Discharge and Retaliation, allowing us to move on to the final Elite Four battle. The final member of the Elite Four is Hassel, boasting a Dragon-type team. Luckily, with some help from Kenshin to pivot and heal up any damage taken, Kalaris is able to take down a majority of Hassel's team by spamming the Fairy-type move. Terra Dragon Baxcalibur is sent out, dealing massive damage to Kalaris. I switch over to Bakumun to dodge Brick Break and finish the fight off. Brick Break doesn't hit. Nice. Doesn't affect. Very cool. We should be able to Shadow Claw and just kill it. No way. He's faster? Oh my, I miscalced. No, Baku, I think Baku's dead here. Ah. No, we lost to Roulette. I underestimated Baxcalibur's speed, losing Bakumun to Baxcalibur's Glaive Rush, making Raycat finish the fight off with Play Rough. Although Baku was a sleeper member of our team for a majority of the game, his flame shined through in the end. To fill in the space left by Baku's earlier presence, we bring along Darku for the ride. With the Elite Four out of the way, it's time to take on Geeta, the Pokemon League champion. The battle starts out with Geeta's Espathra, threatening Raycat with Dazzling Gleam. We Terra Grass Raycat to defeat Espathra with Night Slash and Veluza with Flower Trick. Kalaris is sent in to take attack on Avalugg, but is unfortunately unable to finish it off with one Iron Head. Having taken a lot of damage from Body Press, we pivot to Darku to evade a Body Press, ultimately sacrificing him to heal Coloris to then finish off Avalugg. King Gambit is then sent out, a scary Pokemon that powers up based on how many Pokemon have fainted before it. Coloris barely hangs on by a thread from King Gambit's Kowtow Cleave, but is able to seal the deal with Body Press. Duckling finally makes his appearance in our run, with Sky Attack easily finishing off Go-Go. Then comes Gita's final Pokemon, Terra Rock Glimora, which we easily handle with Ricochet using Bulldoze. And with that, we become a Pokemon champion. But there's only one last challenge in our way to complete our Nuzlocke run. Champion Nemona challenges us to one last rival battle. With the previous Nemona fights, we were able to sweep her team easily, and so this time should be the same, right? We fill up the empty space in our party with Terry, and with nothing left to do, we accept her challenge. The final battle to complete our Nuzlocke run starts now. Like with previous Nemona fights, I start off with Raycat and stack Hone Claws, while Lycanroc sets up Stealth Rock and hits us with the Stone Edge. Lycanroc easily feigns to a 2x attack boosted Flower Trip. Then, Raycat sweeps Nemona's Palma and Goodra with Play Rough, not letting them have a chance to play the game. Out comes Earthworm, who we take on with the Night Slash. Good. Do a lot of damage. Oh, it didn't kill. Please. Oh no! Raycat, no! Okay. Damn it, man. Raycat unfortunately goes down from Earthworm's Body Press, making us switch to Coloris. Oh, Body Press on us? Nope. Okay, it's okay. You're gonna beat up. Get him, Cola! Get him, Cola! Losing some real ones, we really... I should have looked at the ability. I made a bad decision here by accidentally healing Earthworm, as its ability Earth Eater allows any ground-type moves used against it to be absorbed as health. I swap over to Terry to dodge a Body Press and sacrifice him to heal Coloris. Coloris is unable to finish Earthworm off, so I have Kenshin tank an Earthquake to the face before they finish off the worm with Volt Switch. The Dunsparce comes out, threatening Coloris with Drill Run. We swap to Duckling predicting a Drill Run, but we unfortunately instead allowed the Dunsparce to raise its attack and defense with Coil. We Terrastalize Duckling to Normal type, hoping to deal big damage with Terra Blast. Duckling's attacks do no damage, ending with him dying to a Hyper Drill. We no longer had any counters to the Dunsparce, as its move pool countered all of our remaining Pokemon, and the turn it took to Coil could sweep the rest of our team. Banking everything on Coloris to handle the Dunsparce, I sacrificed Ricochet to take a turn to heal. The Dunsparce's Drill Run does more than half of Coloris' health, backing us into a corner. Coloris wouldn't be able to finish off the Dunsparce in one turn, and is slower, meaning he'd die before he even got a chance to fight back. Kenshin was already way too low on health and would easily die to a Drill Run. Was this it? All of our preparation and our plans were just falling apart before us, being single-handedly dissected by Nemona's the Dunsparce that we unknowingly allowed to set up. Our Nuzlocke run came so close to its completion, and yet we were in the palm of Nemona's hand, a puppet on a string. There was nothing we could do except face the music. But I refused to let it end here. With the situation looking grim, there was just one last hope. Play lame and stall with full restores. Coloris was wary of the Dunsparce's Drill Run, but with that out of the way, there was a chance at winning the fight. The only way to get rid of Drill Run was to stall out Drill Run's PP, or its stamina to use the move. Coloris is subjected to Drill Run after Drill Run, being fully healed through my potions, making Nemona's the Dunsparce run out of PP to use the move anymore. Coloris is able to endure the onslaught and is able to start retaliating with Body Press, now with the Dunsparce only able to use Hyper Drill. Oh my god, 1 HP Cola. That was a crit. Thank you. Oh my god, Cola toughed it out so we wouldn't feel sad. Cola the goat. Wait, that was actual plot armor. Cola has plot armor here. Through pure grit, Coloris activates his plot armor, staying alive at 1 HP before finishing off the Dunsparce. Out comes Nemona's final Pokemon, Terra Water Quaquaval, that we have Kenshin take on. Kenshin tanks an Aqua Step, hitting back with a discharge that inflicts paralysis. This sets up the final interaction of the battle. That did way more damage than I thought it would, guys. I'ma be real. I am going to full restore. I'm hoping, I think what I need, chat, is I need to full restore into a paralysis hit. I need it to lose a turn to win this fight. Or I need it to do not much damage. Or miss. Or something. Kenshin live. That one didn't do a lot. That one didn't do a lot. Okay. I think we are okay to attack here with Kenshin. I think the safer thing to do is to heal up Cola in the back. Do we Volt Switch here? I think Volt Switch is better, chat. I think Volt Switch is better. Volt Switch is better because we switch over to Cola, even if, please live, please live, please live. Oh my god, thank you, Kenshin. Thank you, Kenshin, for living. Okay, no, this was perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to Volt Switch with Kenshin. The reason for this being, I was gonna swap into Cole. No, I threw! I think I threw, chat. I forgot, there's stones. There's stones on the battlefield. Cola lived. Cola lived at 1. Cola lived at 1 HP. Oh my god, Cola is so clutch. Okay, Cola. So the plan was I was gonna sacrifice you for Kenshin. So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna sacrifice you here. That was the only way we won this fight. I think Cola just dies here no matter what, right? I think we have to let you die. Just to let this finish off quicker, Cola, I'm gonna let you die here. Yep, Cola's dead. That's alright. It ran out of water type moves, so it ran out of its special move. Kenshin is the last remaining Pokemon. We should be physically tanky enough to tank anything it throws our way. And it is paralyzed, but I think it outspeeds because of all those steps. We should live 1 Aqua Step. Come on, Kenshin, live it. Oh, yes! Kenshin, yes! Kenshin, yes! The Kenshin, let's go! Let's freaking go, chat! Let's freaking go! Oh my god, what a terrifying battle. Wow. That was rough. And with that, we finish off the fight, with Colaris enduring 1 last Aqua Step for Kenshin to come out on top of the discharge. This final battle was a rough one, and we played it out way too close. So many things played in our favor that, if any one of them was off, would have resulted in our run coming to an end. Kenshin surviving an Aqua Step and not getting crit, Colaris living the Stealth Rocks we forgot about, the paralysis being inflicted when it did, and Kenshin living 1 last Aqua Step and hitting the discharge. With our hard-earned victory, the ending cutscene of the Victory Road path complete, officially signifying the ending of our Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Nuzlocke. We went through countless highlights as well as devastating moments, but ultimately made it to the completion of our journey. Thank you so much to everyone who joined and supported me on this adventure, as well as everyone who watched this video. If you want to join in on the next Nuzlocke or other streams I do, check me out live on Twitch at Husky_Pixel. I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye!